As a rule, whatever is fluid, soft, and yielding will overcome whatever is rigid and hard. This is another paradox. What is soft is strong. Spring has brought with it a rush of change, both in this world we share, but also in my own little life. To be honest, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed and heavy, although I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling that way at this time. I found myself being drawn to the river almost every day these days. Simply sitting and staring at the water has been one of the most healing and restorative things for me right now. But also, it feels as if through watching, the water has been reminding me of a way of being that is necessary for these times, of softness, flow, persistence, collective movement and healing, and embracing the constant fluctuations and waves of life. So if you're also feeling and processing a lot, remember that being fluid, soft, and open is a way through whatever is rigid and hard. Hello, everyone. I'm sending so much love to you and your loved ones right now. As I'm sure you feel too, the world has been a lot lately. There's a lot to process and be with. These last few weeks, I've been reading more than I have in years, because while going through everything that is, I noticed how I was unconsciously using different things, specifically technology, as a way to feel more in control over what I've been feeling, as a way of regulating how I'm feeling. But the truth is that in my experience, I noticed over time that the things I'm exposed to on most technology platforms actually hyperstimulates my nervous system and overloads it with input. And I tend to feel that it draws me farther away, as opposed to being in closer communion with myself. So now, in the moments where I feel like I need a break, I've been turning to myths and stories. Now more than ever, I've been remembering how important it is for us to keep our nervous systems regulated, both because it enables us to show up in a greater capacity in the ways we feel called to in our own lives, but also in supporting the world right now. I actually almost threw a lot of this footage away because I didn't want it to be a misrepresentation or, honestly worse, an idealization of what it can look like to allow yourself to be in whatever you're going through. As you watch this, please know that how you process doesn't have to look calm or pretty. It can be wrathful, active, messy, or loud. It's not even necessarily something we have to do on our own or should do on our own. However you're processing this time, don't judge how it may express. We are wild at heart and need to express the fullness of our experience in the ways that our infinitely intelligent systems communicate to us. We are fed so many ideas and narratives that strength, or to be strong, is about hardening or pushing past things and transcending them. But for me, power lies in softness. For when we are soft, things may pass through us, and our power remains within us. Because if we harden, our state of being is dictated by whatever we are trying to protect ourselves from, and thus our power lies in those things outside of us. Another way to think about it is that hard things break, soft things don't, or that hard things are not in movement. Hardness is a contraction, and therefore it restricts movement. Softness enables movement. It is a fact of our psychology and somatic systems that everything we harden to, or anything we attempt to repress, never actually goes away. It gets stored in our bodies and subconscious mind, and continues to affect us throughout our life. I often think of an image of a cloud, how anything can pass through a cloud, but it still remains a cloud. Whereas hardness is like a mountain. Anything that tries to pass through is only met with resistance. And in these interactions, the mountain itself is always affected. It can be damaged or it can crumble. So when things outside of us come into contact with us and we harden, it can look like defensiveness, conflict, anxiety, overwhelm. If we are soft, there is space for openness, understanding, empathy, and compassion, because we are so anchored in our own truth that anything can pass through, and we are sovereign within ourselves and know that it is up to us to determine our reaction to what is being presented to us. It was kind of uncomfortable, but also really empowering to realize that we can't actually protect ourselves from anything in life, because life will happen. The only way to go through is to get through. So maybe we should reframe that way of thinking. Instead of asking, how can I protect myself? The real question is, how can I care for myself as I go through this? That's where softness comes in. It is a way of being that supports us as we go through life, rather than being a coping mechanism that cuts us off from life. There are a lot of misconceptions about softness. Softness is by no means passive or weak. It requires an incredible amount of inner power and inner sovereignty. It is a state of inner poise. It is grounded and empowered from the inside out. So while everything in our world may be telling us to harden right now, our world needs softness. We all need and deserve softness. Spring is the month of constant and dramatic fluctuations, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. It is a time where the character of the earth reflects the natural law and truth that change is the only constant in life. And engaging with this season, it is an invitation to learn that lesson. Wherever you are in the world, may you find power in softness and fluidity, and know the strength you innately carry within, amidst the many changes and challenges of our world and the collective. Sending